Here we got the complex number 3 plus 4i. First of all, the 3 plus 4i is just an example of a complex number, where 3 works as a and 4 works as a b in the complex number formula a plus bi. And in this formula you notice that a is the real part and bi is imaginary because I is an imaginary number. If you're asked to solve an absolute value of a complex number, you might run into issues. First of all, you have to understand what the absolute value is. So let's make a graph to discover the absolute value. The x-axis is the real axis and the y-axis is the imaginary axis. Our goal is to solve the absolute value of our complex number 3 plus 4i. So first, let's go 3 steps down the real axis and 4 up the imaginary axis. The thing about the absolute value is that our hypotenuse that was born right there equals to our absolute value. So hypotenuse is the same as absolute value. The Pythagorean theorem might be familiar to you, so that's what we need to use in order to solve the hypotenuse. The Pythagorean theorem says that the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the legs squared. So our hypotenuse in this case equals to the sum of 3 squared plus 4 squared. And then we take square root from both sides, so we get the value of the x, which in this case is 5. So that means our hypotenuse is 5, which also means that our absolute value is 5 as well. Now let's try to find the absolute value of this complex number. You can pause the video and try it yourself. So we go 5 steps down the real axis and 12 steps down the imaginary axis. And our hypotenuse is our absolute value. So let's calculate the hypotenuse by using Pythagorean theorem. X squared equals to 12 squared plus 5 squared. Let's take a square root on both sides, so we get that x equals to the square root of 12 squared plus 5 squared. Then we get that x equals to the square root of 169, which is 13. So our hypotenuse is 13, which means that our absolute value is 13. Here are some of the triangles where our absolute value is a natural number. I'm showing these because sometimes the absolute value can be a decimal number if the triangle is some of these particular triangles. You can see that we covered the 3, 4, 5 triangle and the 5, 12, 13 triangle. You can also just double the numbers to get a new natural triangle. What's your thoughts about this? Put in the comments. See you next video.